are now tuned into Native Collective.
Native Collective is a private membership club founded by LA natives that empowers entrepreneurs, entertainers, creators, and executives by providing them resources, a voice, and a community to build with. Native Collective Studios provides fire marketing content and production-related services to our members to truly give them a voice. Native Collective Studios began with our own podcast, Being in LA, a podcast all about LA, and Legacy Blueprint, a business and money-based podcast. We plan to provide a host of other member-driven services and open our flagship location in the best city in the world, LA, and expand to native Miami.
Hey guys, it's your girl E, born and bred in Inglewood, California, here with Native LA's inaugural episode of ING in LA, where we talk about all things one can do here in our fabulous city, whether you're a native or a transplant. Joining me today is a man who probably knows just as much, if not more than I do, about Los Angeles culture, my good friend Tony. We're going to talk about marijuana culture.
Smoking in LA.
Absolutely.
Smoke ING in LA.
Dating in LA. Eating in LA.
Striking in LA. Defining LA.
Living in LA. Small business owning in LA.
This has been the last episode of this season of ING in LA. I'm your co-host, Tony from Compton.
And I am your co-host, E from Inglewood.
And we'll be seeing y'all next season with season 2.
Peace.
Native Collective.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Hey, what's up?
Well, thank you for jumping on this call real quick, last minute. I got some interesting news that I wanted to share from Tony, not you.
All right.
The other Tony, importantly, and I quote, "Good morning, Ashley. I will not be participating with season 2. I wanted to give you enough notice to pivot and go in another direction. I wish you the best of luck with the podcast and the platform. Thank you for the opportunity."
Ooh, what? That's out of nowhere.
No explanation.
When the last time you talked to him? Before this message?
Well, we had a conversation, I want to say maybe a few days before. And that may have given us a little bit of an insight to what happened. But I want to say like 30 minutes later, I got a text from Aaron, the other co-host of E. And that text explained that she had some concerns too around, us not being inclusive of their thoughts. But then I guess the main thing was a comment that Jerry had made in a conversation we had when we were discussing the episodes and the guests for season 2. Listen, I don't think you did anything wrong, certainly not intentionally, but the comment was something about the music. So we were sharing with them the music for the next season, and I guess something was said.
What you do, Jerry?
So this whole thing started when Jerry sent the track to E, Tony, and me. And Tony said, "Personally, I'd like to feel more West Coast sounds. It would feel more authentic and relevant to the subject matter. This one feels talk showy, and I think we could go a little less middle of the road with the intro to an LA themed show." Jerry said, "In my opinion, I also let some more established podcasters here on the West Coast hear it, and they want us to do 2 more for them."
Right. Right. I mean, so first of all, the song is fire though. It got a flow, it
Right.
got the feeling, and it got a good vibe to it. So what's wrong with saying that you got feedback from other people, and whether it's podcasters, whether it's other producers, whether it's what's wrong with that? To the extent to where that would make you not want to be a part of the show no more, that somebody else is shooting for you to get, you know what I'm saying, get your bars up. Seriously, if you even trying to break into this business, that type of comment, that's not a deal breaker. Like you're gonna get stuff said to you so much more curt and straightforward than that. And if that throws you off to where you'll walk away from an opportunity that's being gifted to you, then you're not gonna be ready for the next level of this industry anyway.
But you're right. There is, on one hand, the conversation is that we're not being inclusive enough, but then on how can you make that comment when, first of all, we have been including them in everything. I think I've been over inclusive. And when I have tried to ask them for things, or Tony specifically, I haven't gotten anything, right? For example, we told them we were going to the studio to make, the music. And I think Tony was sick, right? But if he would have said something like, I'm sick, but when I'm sure I'll be back up next week. Can we do it then? Or it showed any kind of interest in it, right? We would have included him in that process, but that wasn't there. I didn't think he wanted to go, right? And then to think that once we create the song, that then you're going to make comments after the fact, like we're going to go back and book additional studio time. Like that's not how, things work, right? Again, on the inclusiveness, like we use both of their friends as guests on the first season. Jerry and I have asked them every step of the way, here's the episode list we're thinking of, give us your comments. They gave us some feedback. It wasn't a ton, right? But the feedback that they gave us, we listened to, right? Obviously, you're working with a team of people. You're not going to get every single thing you want, right? To be fair, I mean, if I got a comment like that said someone more experienced, I could see how they could have taken it the wrong way.
No, have an honest evaluation of yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you felt like you was the top dog, then yeah, it could have been disrespectful. But when you ain't, then you got to be humbled. I mean, that's the options that you have. You're either humbled, you know what I'm saying? Even if it hurts your feelings, humble yourself so you can understand why it would be said to you. You know what I'm saying? And if you a top dog, then you did what you had to do, but you're not. You're not. So, this plays out. He won't have another podcast popping. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't nobody else about to produce one for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously. So
yeah,
that and even when you are top dog, I'm talking about from Whoopi Goldberg or Barbara Walters and all the old people on The View. When they get into it in certain ways, you see a couple of them hosts that now they just rotate. They used to have the same people. Now they'd be like, bring in Raven Simone, bring in so-and-so, bring in so-and-so. Because y'all got to know that y'all are replaceable. Y'all may get in the hot seat of the show that you've been on for your whole life. And now you're in the hot seat and your position will be rotating. You know what I'm saying? And it just is what it is. So, at the level that we talking about, come on, man. Everybody's replaceable.
I mean, you got to be easy to work with, right? If you're not at that level, it's really hard to pull that off. And like the thing that I just don't understand is, again, just shooting off this text message to me a few weeks before we're supposed to start filming, when we've already spent all this time planning episodes around him and not even giving a conversation, not even giving an explanation. I could see if we were like Google, Amazon, some big corporation, you don't care, the man is going to be okay. But us, like this company that's just starting from the ground up and trying to build something, and he doesn't even give us anything. So that's the main part that I had an issue with.
This is saving us a future headache, y'all. Like that's the thing to look at this. You know what I'm saying? Like either he quit now, or after the season's over, we done produced another season for somebody who didn't even value it. And that would have pissed me off if we would have shot a season And then as soon as we get done shooting, he make a comment like this or walk away. Now we got 2 seasons with somebody that ain't gonna be there for the third. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he jumped off the ship at the right time. We are gonna be able to find somebody else. You know what I'm saying? We ain't lose both the hosts, did we? How Aaron feel about this?
When we talked, first of all, Aaron was shocked. Aaron didn't even know that Tony quit. So let's talk about that. So not only did he surprise us, but he never told his co-host that he was quitting the show. Aaron felt some type of way, honestly, about that. I'm going to leave that to them. But, I did talk to Aaron about the inclusiveness thing. And, I think she understands and agrees that we've been trying to include her and that we just all have to work as a team. So Aaron is on board to continue with season 2. I kind of laid out the foundation and sort of the ground rules that we all wanted to operate under going forward. So I think we're good. I'm happy to still have Aaron on board.
Okay. So look, what's the game plan? What's the game plan for finding a new host to take Tony's position? What's the plan?
I think we continue with the same show and find a replacement. I asked Aaron for a couple of suggestions, but I told her whoever we get, I think we need to interview them this time to help us avoid this kind of situation, right? Tony was brought on kind of by Aaron. I didn't really know him, but I think we got to consider, a lot of different things, right? But I think ultimately we want to interview the person, get to know them a little bit, right? Not some long drawn out process, but just get to know who we're working with more, right?
Yeah. Okay. I look at it as exciting times to come. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tony was cool. You know what I'm saying? But if you're not in it, then I'm so open with letting people go, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to hold nobody back or force anybody to stay. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Mom, what's up?
Ashley, whatever happened to Simplicity, that private membership club?
Well, we got really excited about it, trying to build a community, help our community. And then we didn't really get the traction that we wanted. So, but recently, funny enough, I was talking to Trisha and we were talking about how, like, in LA, it's really hard to find a place that, you can go hang out and meet like-minded people in LA. And so it made me think, and maybe I pick back up the club.
Okay.
And maybe I do like a rebranding thing and call it
what?
Nativ.
Ah, I like that.
Yeah, I'm thinking the natives will really take to it. And so that's the path I'm going down.
Good for you.
Now, I'm thinking that we need a podcast because everybody has a podcast.
Everybody.
And we really have a message. So I'm thinking starting out with a show all about LA.
Okay.
Because again, it's for the natives, also transplants, but I think, everybody really enjoy it. And so I reached out to Aaron E.
Okay.
And I think she would be great. I can't think of anybody better.
Definitely.
She's very reluctant, very, very reluctant, but I think I managed to convince her. So
Great.
So excited about that.
Yeah, that's exciting. Really exciting.
And then I think we need one more podcast because, again, thinking about what's our purpose. We want to help everybody find a bag. You know what that means?
A bag. Okay, not a purse, but money?
Yes. Okay. I'm happy I keep you up on all the lingo. So I'm thinking we need a podcast about money.
Okay. Agree.
You are now tuned into Native Collect. Collective.